What's up, guys? Thursday morning, about 9. It is April 3rd. Um, with the contest season in full effect right now, and working with a lot of athletes, I'm getting a lot of athlete reports where that common theme seems to be coming in. And the closer that we get in the middle of this contest season, I'm getting that, oh crap, I feel like I'm behind, and I'm looking at these other guys, and they seem to be further along than me. And I think we need to rush, we need to rush. And there's this sense of urgencies. There's a sense of uncertainty, and there's a lot of I should say angst, anxiety, stress. And there's something that, being that I've been in this sport going on close to 3 decades now. That's one thing I've really, feel that I've mastered, and that's patience. I think when we're not patient, stress levels rise, and when stress levels rise, um, precision, consistency, accuracy, all those types of things tend to suffer a lot. Stress, really, if the more stressed you are, it just creates more stress. And really, it's hard to accomplish things under um, under that circumstance. So for me, I've always, not always, but I've really learned to try to master the art of patience. Everything I do, I try to be really calm and cool and collected. I don't let myself get too high. I don't let myself get too low. I just take each day as it comes. I try to do the best I can, be as consistent as possible, and let the progress come to me rather than me trying to force it to come. I think when we try to force things to come, that's where stress levels get up there, and we get very impatient. And I think as bodybuilders, it's very natural and very normal to look at the guy on our right or a guy on our left and go, oh crap, I'm behind, or oh crap, I need to look better than that guy. It's kind of like I could take Alberto and I as an example. You know, this guy, Alberto, as you guys know, has been in phenomenal shape for quite a few months now. Whereas myself, it's been a battle just even getting close to him. I'm not even close at all. I could look at him right now and say, "Oh shit, I'm like really behind, and I need to really, push, and I could really let it get to me, and I could get really stressed." But I know if I keep looking at him and where he's at, it's gonna force me to make decisions that I don't want to do. It's gonna force me to probably push too hard, and therefore it's gonna screw up my path, my road, because his road and my road are totally different. He's taking this highway and I'm taking this highway. If I jumped on his highway, it's probably not going to work out too well for me. And if he's on my highway, we're probably going to crash, and we're probably not going to do too good. Now, here's a good example of two different scenarios, right? Let's say I'm in my car, I'm driving to work, and I got up at 5 in the morning. I got myself ready. Work starts at 7. Got myself ready. I left my house at let's say 6:30, and I gave myself a half an hour to do a 15-minute drive. Well, when I'm in my car, and I'm gonna have my music on. I'm gonna have nice relaxing music. I'm gonna be going the speed limit. I'm just gonna be cruising. I'm gonna be sipping on my cup of coffee while I'm driving, just in a relaxed state, kind of cruising, kind of like how I go about my contest prep. Just like cruising, because I know that I'm giving myself the time to get the job done. I'm only doing what I need to do in a given day to let progress come to me rather than trying to chase it. So, you know, as I'm cruising down the road, I'm hitting red lights, but I'm still like, you know what? I'm still cool because I have half hour to get to work and it only takes me 15 to get there. So I'm nice and relaxed. I'm calm. I pull into work. It's a quarter to 7. I have 15 minutes before work starts, and now I'm reading the paper or looking on my phone at Facebook, the internet, whatever, just kind of relaxing and entertaining myself. And then here's another scenario. Here's another guy who starts work at 7. He gets up at 6:15, 6:30, and now right away he's rushing. And this is kind of like the guy that has 30 pounds to lose in 12 weeks. He wakes up, oh shit, I'm 30 pounds overweight. I have 12 weeks to get ready, or I have now I have 45 minutes to get ready and drive to work, and I know I got a 15-minute drive, so I better hurry up and brush my teeth. I better hurry up and take a shower. I better hurry up and put my clothes on. So right away, that sense of urgency, it's already got this person in a crazy state. They're like stressing. They're creating this world, this environment of stress, and they're rushing and rushing, and they get in their car and they're hitting every red light, and you've seen these guys. They're like you're driving next to them, and they're just like they're flying right by you. Boom, they're just driving like a madman because they're rushing to work. And here I am, next to them in my car, sipping on my coffee, cruising. He flies right by me. The red light comes. Guess what? This guy's at the red light because he hit the red light and he's been rushing, and here I am just cruising up. Then once you hit that red light, you kind of look at him, you sip your cup of coffee, and you're like, you're relaxed while he's sitting there banging on his steering wheel like, come on, light, fucking hurry up, light, turn green. And he's stressing out because he needs to get to work like right now. And lo and behold, this guy makes it to work, barely makes. He's got a minute. He pulls in the parking lot, and now he's running into work because he's got to beat the time clock, punch in before he's late for work. And then he gets to work. He makes it by a minute, but he's still really, really stressed. Whereas I'm just like already been there. I'm sipping my coffee and I'm on Facebook relaxing and chilling. And so the environment that I created by waking up early enough and allowing myself that time to be really, really calm and collected is definitely a much better environment to be in. So this is kind of it's just a lot of this is, I guess you could correlate it with structure, having a nice structure with your protocols, with your diet, with your training, and with the timeline you give yourself to hit a certain goal. So if you're the guy who has to lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks, maybe you need to push your show back to maybe 24 to 30 weeks instead of 12. And if you're the guy that gets up late all the time, maybe you need to go to bed earlier and wake up, and so you could wake up sooner. So you will wake up and your day is nice and calm, and you're more at ease. So yeah, so it's just about a lot of it too is the choices we make in a given day. Uh, they could really snowball. So if you wake up late, and you're rushing to work and blah blah blah, everything snowballs. It's just like contest prep. If you start late, things can really snowball. You start making these decisions. Maybe you start doing too much cardio. Maybe you're cutting your calories too low, and it really screws up metabolism, and then you're having a hard time losing weight, and so you're just making like these decisions that you probably shouldn't be making. And if you, like I said, if you give yourself that environment, that as much stress-free environment as possible, you'll be amazed just by how patient you become. And I think also that as bodybuilders, we want to be big, we want to be shredded, and I think we need to realize that there's a process to get to that. It's not going to happen overnight. You just don't step into the gym on day one and then 6 months later we're looking like one of the top natural bodybuilders in the world. Most of these guys are have been training for years, and they've mastered having that structure. They've mastered of being patient with the process to get to that level. It's kind of like if you're I don't know, if you're a football player, you don't come out of high school and go to the pro level. There's a process. You have to obviously grow physically, and you also have to grow mentally, and you also have to play college ball, and you have to hone your skills there. And so there's a stepping stone process, and it's just like natural bodybuilding. There is little stepping stones you have to do, and if you're impatient with that process, it can make the process very not very fun. And so really take home message here is make sure that you know you're allowing that time to get the job done and not trying to rush the process. So have a nice structure put in place, give yourself a good timeline, and then enjoy that structure and that process, and try to be as stress free as possible, because the better you are up here, the better you are going to be here. All right. If you're not very good up here and you're constantly stressing, constantly being impatient, it's gonna make you do. It's probably going to cause you to make decisions that you're probably going to later regret. And I've seen it. I see it time and time again. Guys looking to their left, looking to their right, and wanting to do things that they probably shouldn't do because they're trying to chase this guy and this guy when they should be chasing this guy. Not chasing, but just being on this path and not their paths. And so yeah, so hopefully this video kind of settles some nerves. The more you guys could be is like Berto likes to call me. He basically in 2009, when he saw me pose at the Washington the IMBF Washington Naturals Championship. So when I was in the middleweight class, he basically says, "Wow, Jeff is like as cool as the other side of the pillow." And he was referring to at the time was like the way I was posing. I was very poised and very like just very patient and very calm, and I was very collected. So anything you do, having patience, having poise, and having a nice structure, giving yourself the timeline and following through with it, and stay within yourself at any given time, you will probably enjoy the process a lot more. And I could look back on even this prep now. I could, like right now, I'm nowhere near where I need to be as far as conditioning, but I could look back to week one and now and we'll go, wow, okay, I've made a lot of progress, and I need to be pretty happy with that, and I need to be happy with what I'm doing now and enjoy my current physique as it is now because I've worked hard for it. And then tomorrow, same thing, appreciate tomorrow. But yeah, and eventually I will get there. This is just my road right now is much different than Berto's road or the other guy's road. This is my road. I need to take it. I need to drive on it, and I need to drive on it in a nice, relaxed state with my cup of coffee in hand and really enjoy the process. And it doesn't mean I'm not working hard because I'm being patient, because I am working hard. I'm working my ass off. But this is my path. I need to stay on that path, and basically that's it. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out. Hopefully this is helpful, and we'll talk soon.